In front of me, I have two excellent heavy hitters from the World War I era with a BAR model 1918 and a Winchester model 1897 trench shotgun. Both of these are spawn childs of John Browning. They're some of his children here. He designed most of the most influential guns, I would say, that are still in use by the military today. These two on the table would have been considered two of the, I would say, most effective guns that got used in World War I, and actually got used all the way through pretty much Vietnam, both of these platforms. This BAR in front of me, this Winchester example, it's a beyond excellent condition example. This is one of the best ones we've ever had come through Rock Island. It's just beautiful. And then ahead of it, the Winchester model 1897 here, also just a spectacular example of a World War I Winchester model 1897 trench shotgun. You'll see plenty of the World War II era ones come through here, but it's surprisingly harder to find a good World War I example of a Winchester 1897 trench gun. You'll see shape difference in the butt stock here with this World War I variation. It has the muzzle end of the barrel extending a little further than the trench adapter. That's one little key visual you'll see on the World War I guns. This example in front of me sets itself apart from just about any World War I trench shotgun we've had. Not just its condition, but this one actually has a government sales paper to which it was sold to an individual in 1992 right out of government inventory. So that verifies its authenticity as being a true day one trench shotgun. This wasn't somebody's put together piece. This is the real deal. It's about as good as it gets. So on the trench shotgun, compared to a standard commercial shotgun, for those of you viewing who may not know this difference and what makes these so special, it has this heat shield here to guard the operator from burning their hand on the barrel. This was a military request, as well as the bayonet adapter down here on the front for fitment of the model 1917 bayonet, then in service in World War I. And actually, that model 1917 bayonet was used all the way through World War II on these guns. So the trench shotgun was the most feared gun of World War I, really, hands down. The Germans went to the extent of protesting the Americans using the trench shotgun because they said it was too brutal. It was unnecessary, they claimed. Although General Pershing responded by saying, if we catch any Germans using a flamethrower or a sawback bayonet, they're going to be executed on the spot. So that was our comeback to that. They also used tear gas against us, but the trench shotgun was so effective that it led to that point where the Germans thought it was unfair. It actually has the capability of being slam fired, so you can hold the trigger down and pump the forearm, and it fires. A soldier could go through all the rounds in the tube in a matter of about 2 seconds. They could jump down in a German trench and clear the whole trench. And that's where this thing earned its nickname, the trench sweeper. There's a story that is kind of believed to be possibly a myth. We're not sure if it's true, but there was a Sergeant Lloyd in World War I that carried one of these trench shotguns into a French village that was held down by Germans. He took out 30 Germans, pumping slam fire rounds through this thing, and he basically unloaded all the rounds until he was out of breath, is how the story goes. But just another tall tale, but still something that put a lot of fear in the Germans when they heard it. But just a spectacular piece in front of me. I just cannot get over how good this piece is. If you want a chance to bid on this, I really do urge you to go after this one. The BAR was developed for use in World War I to be able to be used using the walking fire tactic, in which soldiers would take the sling and put it over their shoulder and hold this gun down by their hip. And it has a slow fire ability to where they can hold it down at their hip and just spray a trench back and forth with the slow fire. This was one of the most successfully used guns in World War I. They didn't get there until late. They only got, a small amount of these in service. There's actually a famous picture of Val Browning, John Browning's son, using one overseas in France in World War I. The BAR really is a spectacular piece, and this one in front of me is as good as it gets. This is the one to have if you want the best. You can get your chance in August once again to bid on this one.